Welcome to Life Planning 101, brought to you by Smart Money Group and Kennedy Financial Services in Eastland, Texas. Tune in every week as we share important information to help you and your family live life on purpose. Insurance, investments, legacy and tax planning, and much more. All covered now on Life Planning 101.
Here we are with another episode of Black and White Market Minute on Life Planning 101. Matt Ervin and Aaron Kennedy with you today. Happy Friday, everybody. Finally a little green, Aaron. Are we?
Yes, fantastic week. Best week of the year so far.
I like that so far. I like that glimmer of hope.
Hopefully it keeps running. And everybody's playing the game this time. It's not just the big seven stocks. It's everybody. So it's a good feeling right now.
Yeah, like that a lot. So, I mean, we had a lot of activity. Tell us kind of a breakdown of what happened this week that may be driving some of this.
Yeah, it's basically all the economy. The economy looks like it's finally weakening.
So we're green.
It has the best week of the year.
Goodness.
It's not quite that bad. So the Fed came out and they told us what they've been telling us. Don't be thinking about an interest rate cut. It looks like they still have more work to do, and they're probably going to keep interest rates at a higher rate for longer. Same message that they've been given. It was funny though. As soon as they got through speaking, the interest rate guesses or the dot plot back at the end of 2024, 2025, everything started dropping. So they really believed the Fed. But across the board, interest rates dropped about 0.5% this week, which is big. So that was a huge driver in the market. And then we had employment come out, and that was a lot weaker than we expected. So thought is, maybe the Fed really is going to pause, and maybe we're at the end of this interest rate tightening cycle. Right. So fantastic news.
Right. Well, and they revised last month's figures down as well. So it's like maybe they've been hurting us longer than they thought they had.
Yes.
Well, that's good.
Revisions haven't stopped.
Yeah. Well, those people need a job, so let them have it.
Right? Anybody that comes straight out of school can go do economic reporting. We'll fix it next time.
It's like being a weatherman.
Yes.
Yeah. So, anyways, but that's great news, and I know you talked about last week. You're trying to get some things back working, so that was a good positive thing.
Yeah, it worked out fantastic. We got our cash to work last week. Found a little something interesting in the market where it gives us quite a bit of downside protection, and if the market takes off, we're going to participate up to around 20% of any of that growth. So it sounded a heck of a lot better. Whichever way the market goes, we're in good shape.
Right.
So we got it all to work, and then the market had this great run, and it's fantastic. It was across the board. One of the things we've been talking about is the equal weight index, and that kind of removes all the Magnificent Seven, or Microsoft, Apple, Tesla. That's about 25% of the index. So if we do equal weight, we get to see what the market as a whole is doing. And boy, that ripped this week. Just looking at the numbers right now, it was up 6.16 just this week. And the cool thing is just over the last 2 days, this is when the market really took off, that equal weight was up about a little bit over 4, which is 25% more growth than the NASDAQ, 25% more growth than the S&P. So all the things that have not been working, turned on this week.
We got some traction.
Yes. And that's what we've been saying, unless you're in those 7 stocks, everything's pretty dang cheap right now.
Right.
Nobody's really participated. So this is a good feeling. And especially if you're putting money to work, there's still good deals to be had out there.
Yeah,
fantastic deals.
It's really nice to see some change, and of course, we won't really know if we're out of the woods yet, probably for a couple more quarters. But it's nice to get a little glimmer of hope, right? Because we've been fighting this uphill battle through the mud, 2 feet, losing shoes. It's been tough and really kind of daunting at times. But we were able to take advantage of it and get back on. So I think that's exciting news.
The important part. And I think normally the fourth quarter is good. So fingers crossed this is an average fourth quarter, and we take back off.
Yeah. I heard something interesting, which the Fed doesn't meet back, I think, till like December 13th, and of course we'll have more economic output before then that tells us things. And they said it's not going to affect the Fed hardly any. It's going to just be traded upon. Yeah. And so the volatility might be interesting between now and then, but
right.
We have to really wait and see. We got to wait on the people that actually move the market for the long term, right?
That's right.
The rest of this is just noise.
It's just noise, and it's going to get worse, especially over the next 14 months or so. We're moving into election cycle, and the Fed is supposed to be apolitical, and so I don't think that they would do a whole lot of changes. They may talk about it, but they've done enough work over the last 2 years. I really think you nailed it. It's going to be more noise than in any kind of action.
Right. Speculation of the market.
Right. And we need that. We need the market to work its way through all the changes that we've had. And that's significant, going from 0 interest rate to 5.5.
Right.
It's very significant going from a 2.9% mortgage to an 8.5% mortgage.
Right.
There's a lot of stuff to be working through, and for us to get used to it and it become normalized again. So.
Yep, and it's kind of neat too, because the market's a very forward-looking instrument. So when it's trying to trade on data on the daily, that's a little bit concerning because there's no direction. And so the more we get to trading out towards the future, which futures, the market's over the years has always gone up, not down, right? When you look at long enough term, you have bouts of volatility, but so that to me, I think, is the most enlightening thing that people are starting to think past. And I think the thing that it relates back to for me is when we talked about, like during COVID, it was, the market was down, and then it was nobody's going to travel again. And then someone booked a flight in December of 2020. It's like, oh my goodness, they will fly again. It's like, okay, there's a future out there. And
yes.
Because I know the world's a big, scary place right now, but so for the market to be believing that tomorrow will be better than today, that's I think the most exciting thing for me.
The future's insanely bright. Today's scary as heck.
Well, that's normal. That's normal. So, Well, awesome. Well, we're gonna keep her short today. So, is there any last minute things you want to share?
No. Everybody enjoy this these last couple of months. Big family stuff happens. Thanksgiving, Christmas.
Exciting times.
Yes. Enjoy those. Don't worry about this stuff because it's all today. What do we say? Future is insanely bright.
That's right. Well, that's great, Warren. Thanks for jumping on today. Appreciate all of our listeners, and we're going to send out a little survey to get a little feedback from you guys, so be on the lookout for that as well. And that wraps up today's episode of Black and White Market Minute on Life Planning 101.
Thank you for joining us for Life Planning 101, brought to you by Smart Money Group and Kennedy Financial Services. If you have questions, you can email them to lifeplanning@kennedy-financial.com. Be sure to tune in next week for more Life Planning 101. The opinions expressed herein are those of the firm and are subject to change without notice. The opinions referenced are as of the date of publication and are subject to change due to changes in the market or economic conditions and may not necessarily come to pass. Any opinions, projections, or forward-looking statements expressed herein are solely those of the author, may differ from the views or opinions expressed by other areas of the firm, and are only for general informational purposes as of the date indicated. Securities offered through Calton & Associates Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, member FINRA SIPC. Investment advisory services offered through Smart Money Group LLC. Kennedy Financial Services and Smart Money Group LLC are separate entities and are not owned or controlled by Calton & Associates Incorporated.